Booker, you pissed off another vampire and then you took a goddamn nap.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
All right, and we killed the music, and we are back. Hello, everyone. We are back again for Halloween festivities. As you can tell, I have decorated. Voila. As is customary each year. I'm going to have to redo some things for the Christmas theme, but I've got some stuff for that. So also give a welcome to our new player, Shelly. Who is not new to Vampire the Masquerade. So we're going to throw her right into the fire later on tonight. Just for kicks. So last we left off, the group was investigating as best they could from what evidence they had with them. The security footage and psychic imprints, I believe, if I remember correctly, of the scene, trying to find out who was there and why. And there's still some questions, and there are some new ones because they have recognized that the Archbishop of Arizona was in their backyard for some reason. Killian O'Branigan. Oh.
Blast from the meta past.
It's only sort of bad because, I mean, we've encountered him before and he didn't eat us, so.
Well, maybe you have the right flavoring now.
Uh-oh.
Maybe he did that for seasoning purposes. That is the thing. Ask Adam. Brittany's like, why did I come tonight? All right. So where we will pick up is actually 2 nights after the events of last game. You guys have gone to your respective havens with the information that you've had, doing whatever it is that you do, that voodoo that you do so well, and or spending XP to advance your character, Brittany.
Sir?
you're the idea behind Vampire the Masquerade is to accrue and spend XP, not amass it like Smog and then admire the wealth of XP unspent.
So you were on mute when we were discussing it, but like I have a whole laundry list, but I wanted to run some of this past you before I just write it up, just in case you want to contest some of it.
Sure, we're a couple months behind on that, but okay.
I'll wait till after game.
Sure, no problem. We can do that afterwards. I've got time. So where we will pick up, however, as the blazing tunes of Thunderkiss 65 is coming out of Lily's stereo, her pedal is to the metal. She's already accelerating up to 85 miles per hour on the freeway southbound into Ashland, Oregon. This has happened because at one point during the travel, she noticed that there was a vehicle that was following her. Normally, this wouldn't necessarily be too much of a big deal. There's not like very many main arteries from Ashland to the rest of Oregon. It could have been somebody on a long journey. The tipping point, however, was the fact that they were all wearing white wigs, very similar to something that you might find in Hamilton. That very founding father wiggish look. And they got really close to the point of almost ramming your car, and that's when you had the foresight to slam the pedal to the metal and try to get to Ashland. So this is where we pick up at this point. You are hauling ass into town with this group of bizarre individuals behind you, attempting to harass you and make your day not so bueno. So why don't you go ahead and give me a dexterity and drive check, difficulty 7.
So the theater geeks are getting out of control.
Well, hey, do you know theater geeks? Hamilton got popular, and just had to embrace a few.
What'd you say Dex was?
Dexterity and drive, difficulty 7.
I mean, not Dex, difficulty.
Yes, difficulty 7.
Okay. This is really going to hurt because I have, like, no drive.
Uh-oh.
2 successes.
Okay, well, you're not losing control or, mistiming your swerves to get out of the way or to weave in and out of traffic, which that's more of what you're doing at this point. Just it's still pretty open road. There are a few vehicles, but it's later at night, so it's not like there's a massive amount of traffic. However, when you get into or when you get closer to Ashland proper, that could become a problem because that highway is also one of the main arteries that goes straight through town. So traffic could be a problem. So from behind you, as you are kind of like weaving back and forth and around some of the vehicles passing up, a semi as they're coming around. One guy's got his hand out at the window and smacking on the side of the car like you would a horse sort of thing, to urge them on as they're like ramming speed coming at you again. Give me a perception and alertness check. Also difficulty 7. One? Okay. In addition to the wigs that you see, did somebody post to the Ashland by Night text chat?
Was it just the rolls?
I don't know. I was just making sure.
Let me check.
Chat.
I just been the rolls.
Yeah, it's just the rolls.
Okay. Just making sure. Whoop. Brittany.
Sorry. The wrong button. Sorry.
Woman, I can't take you anywhere.
I just don't know how to Discord.
Scene, pause real quick. I'm actually coming from across town. Phoenix all the way into fairly deep Mesa. She's only a couple blocks away. I get there before
I'm like
her.
15 minutes away.
I was over a half hour. Can't take you anywhere. Anyways, so in addition to the wigs that of course stand out, you also see that they are dressed in very period looking clothing to match. So that sort of colonial, look to them.
Did they forget that July was several months ago?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, we are well into the winter months at this point. There is no firework display anywhere nearby. But you, of course, swerve around. They gun it a little bit too hard and come close to sideswiping that semi that you bypassed. At this point, you are bringing in the last of the supplies that you were trying to move. You have your haven. It's not built up to the specs that you want as of yet, but it's safe in the sense that you're not going to burn.
Okay.
And you got your people there putting everything together. So you've got like the last part of your library in the trunk at this point, plus probably personal effects or whatnot. So as you accelerate further, you end up passing a sign that says Ashland 10 miles. So you're getting really close. You're actually just about to pass into Methford.
Medford?
Yeah, also known as Medford.
Yeah.
Do you call it that in real life or just?
No, yeah, that is a nickname for it in real life. I actually researched that before, utilizing it more in game. Yeah.
Because my sister-in-law's family is from there, and I mean, they live in a really nice part, I guess.
At least you don't call it Oregon.
Yeah, Oregon. Just like an Oreo.
Yeah.
But as you end up, the heck was that? Oh shoot. Oh well, I'll deal with that later then. One of my pictures fell over.
Oh, whoops.
Do you have a ghost?
That was a
Yes,
surprise.
It must be his ghost.
They didn't like the fact I said Oregon.
Nope.
What picture was it?
What's that?
What picture was it?
Oh, it was actually a print an alternative print of the characters from the new Star Wars series. So they were like alternate versions of Rey and Kylo Ren and all them.
Maybe it was the ghost of Palpatine.
Sure. That being said, as you are flooring it, coming up to the just coming past the Medford off ramp, they are attempting to accelerate and sideswipe you again. I mean, you can tell their vehicle is going to outpace yours. They have a hot rod. Blower coming out the top and everything. So if it hits solid, it's going to cause some damage to your fiberglass, modern day car. This is more of a Mustang looking bad boy with solid base to it. Go ahead and give me another drive check. Difficulty 8 this time, so it's Dex and drive, or in your case, Dex.
One success.
Oh, she's holding. So at this point, the car comes up. It hits you. Your car shimmies a little bit, but not enough for you to lose control. But it was real close. You hear the clanging and rattling of your bumper as it falls away somewhere off to the side, highway somewhere. Probably connects with the semi. You're not sure. You're just trying to keep an eye on the individuals that are pursuing you. And at this point, someone leans out the side. And if you were a Toreador, you would probably be impressed with the fact that this man's wig is still on at this high speed. Priorities. However, he leans out the side about halfway with a firearm and starts shooting at you. You have the option of attempting to evade or playing it safe and just hope that they don't strike anything, vital in the car. It is difficult to shoot from a moving vehicle.
I'm gonna take my chances.
Take your chances. Okay, so let's see what they wind up getting. And although you can't really hear him because the roaring of the wind and whatnot, you can tell he's laughing. He's thoroughly enjoying himself. Okay, so a shot hits, but it hits the trunk. So nothing, hopefully, too serious. But shot goes wide. So you can hear it because it's loud enough. Then you end up hearing one connect. Hollow with a hollow sound into the trunk, just thunk.
Okay.
As they accelerate again and attempt to ram you. Go ahead and roll your dexterity and drive again. Difficulty 8.
Failure.
So is it a failure or is it a
Yeah,
botch?
just a failure.
Just a failure. Okay. So not good, but not super terrible.
Right.
At least. Okay, so hit. Your car at this point starts shimmying around on the freeway. You're in danger of losing control, and you're losing speed, obviously, because the force of the car is drifting, either way because it's fishtailing from the strike from the back end. Cut to Benjamin at this point.
Okay.
So you've just gotten in the office.
Okay.
At this point, if for no other reason, you're trying to make it a habit of just checking in physically to see if there's anything on the wire or whatnot.
Okay.
And the your secretary just gets off the phone, your male secretary,
Right.
and he's just like, man, you're never gonna believe this. But Xandria says there's like a shootout on the highway. And they're like
It's
heading into Ashland.
okay. Is this something that the cops can handle, or why is it important to us? Do we know who's doing the shootout?
Well, the police are en route, from my understanding, but the attackers look like they're probably from Hamilton. Which
Hamilton, you mean like the
is the period musical thing with rapping, I guess. I don't get it. I didn't see it.
right?
But it ranks up there in the WTF category, so I think that's one of the reasons why we got the word.
Right. You know where they're at right now?
They're on the freeway heading southbound. They're
All right.
only a couple miles out. They just passed Medford.
All right. I'll go see if I can intercept him. I go out and I need a new vehicle because mine is a piece of crap, probably. It's
Yes!
chasing. Although I get in
You
the
have got the free candy van to give pursuit.
Here we go. Woohoo. I've got mass at least. Not movement, but mass. Okay.
You have that, yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and a lack of caring. So if something happens, it's not a big loss.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So away I go in pursuit.
All right. So you haul ass out of there and hit the freeway. Go ahead and give me a Dex and Drive check, difficulty 6. Not a huge deal, but it's because you're trying to accelerate with some urgency and heading north.
Gotcha. Okay. That is 2 successes.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. You're kind of used to this. You're not, in direct pursuit, but accelerating with some urgency through the side streets and then hitting the freeway as you fly out. Are you notifying anybody as you do, or are you just kind of taking it upon yourself to bring your street level justice?
Once I get on the freeway, because I wanted to make sure I could get there, have a little bit more room, is it I take it it's not like that much traffic right now since it's like kind of later at night, or is there still a lot of people on the road?
There is moderate traffic going out of town,
Okay.
basically heading
Okay.
north, north-ish. Hard to say if they're like going flat out of town or if it's just nightly commute going home.
Okay. I will I'll use my my PI phone and do like a kind of voice to text thing to send a message to Sophie to let her know that there may be trouble headed inward, and I'm uh, going to pursue with a because there's a shootout. So I'm just saying that real quick,
Yeah, sure.
sending out a
Okay.
text.
So Sophie, you end up getting a direct text, not in the council chat, but in the directly to you. Basically, it actually, that's right. So it's not from a number you recognize.
Yeah.
But how it's being texted to you is it's in a familiar tone.
Who dis?
Okay, so I sort of recognize that I would know this person.
They at least know you. So it's either another fan or somebody actually knows you.
I'm gonna text back and say, what kind of trouble?
Okay. Let's see. Let me just see. Would Ben realize that? Yeah, might maybe not. Okay, so I'll send another text. Possible supernaturals, gun battle on the freeway, seeing what I can do. You were the only one I could think of since you're the Baron. Send.
Uh, okay, I'll text back. Let me know if you need backup.
Will do.
And then I'll probably see if am I at home?
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if Doug can tap into like police radio or maybe some traffic cams to kind of figure out what he's talking about.
Okay. Yeah. So he gets a radio app on his computer. Pulls that up, so it picks up, basically the chatter, and you hear. It's a little hard to understand because you don't understand police code, obviously. So, but you do hear two different makes and models of vehicle, and you hear something to the effect of like shots fired on the freeway, just outside of Ashland, notifying Oregon sheriffs.
Is there any mention of the wigs?
You know what? Let's see if any of them managed to spot that yet. Some of the fuzz are perceptive. Yes. However, they identify them as dressed in Renaissance fashion.
Okay, I'm just gonna assume it's a Halloween thing or a theater thing.
Okay.
I mean, out of character. Sophie doesn't know anything about this, but
Right.
it would be a point to research. So, yeah, at this point, I'm just going to assume that some people out being weird or trying to be in costume, and then wait for news.
Okay. So Shelly, back to you. So you have failed. You didn't botch, but you failed. So you fishtail. You lost temporary control of the car. Go ahead and give me a roll again. This is difficulty 9.
And success.
1. Okay. All right. So you regain enough control that you don't wipe out at this point. And you don't ram into any you don't jump the lane and go into oncoming traffic. What you end up doing is your car hits a retaining barrier, flies up into the air, and then eats it into the nearby the ground near the freeway. Basically, like in between what the hell are they called again? Like access road that run parallel alongside the freeway. So you end up like hitting like right in the middle there. The trunk comes flying open, and some of your packaging, the books appear to be together, but a couple of packages that were like brown paper bagged and taped together to keep relative tone together go flying out of the trunk.
Oh, okay.
You take a level of bashing as you hit the steering column.
Okay.
And you have come to an abrupt stop as you hear the car screeching to a halt. What do you do?
I'm gonna have to fight. So, gonna get out of the car.
Okie doke. So you climb out, and it's hard to make out, but you can hear them talking almost to themselves. In a sort of manner, and they bring that car to a stop. 4 of them jump out, including the driver. 2 of which have got wicked-looking scimitars that they draw. The other 2 pull out. One has a handgun. He was the one that leaned out and fired at you with the pistol, and the other one pulls out what appears to be a semi-automatic rifle of some kind. You actually have high firearms, don't you?
Me? No.
Yeah. No?
No. Nope.
Oh.
She's a melee.
Okay. I knew it was one of the ones that you had that was really high. Okay, so it looks like it has a lot of pew-pew behind it.
Okay.
That's using Hollywood lore. It probably has a lot of rounds. At this point, the way everything is positioned, you were on the driver's side, obviously, and just kind of tumbled out of your car. They are on the other side, so you have some protection from them temporarily because they are advancing from the other side of the car.
Okay.
So as we are about ready to enter combat, what is it that you would like to do?
Grab her knives and her scythe out of the front seat.
Okay. So you're gearing up and ducking down?
Yep.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and we're going to roll for initiative at this point. Initiative is your dexterity plus your wits plus 1d10 roll. So just add whatever you have for your dex and wits, and then add 1d10. What's that?
15.
15. Okay, nice. Okay. So as you gather your things and duck down, two of the guys start opening fire. He's not so good, but okay. And
Did his frilly sleeves get in the way?
what's that?
Did his frilly sleeves get in the way?
Yes, they did. No,
Hate it when that happens.
so the one guy who has a pistol in his hand looks like when he fires close enough that it's entirely possible he's going to strike you. So if you would like to dodge, you can. It will take away from your available action that you or dice pool to act. Otherwise, you can attempt to take it if you think you can shrug off the round.
So dodge.
Okay, so go ahead and roll dexterity and athletics.
Difficulty 6.
Yes.
2 successes.
All right, that's enough. So the bullet skims just off of where your head was near the driver's side mirror and just shatters the mirror. You ducked down and like felt the breeze off the round, like came real close. The other guy opened up, maybe he was a little too exuberant and peppered up your car more. The side of the car took everything. He didn't actually manage to hit you. The other two are moving around the back to try and flank you. So Dale, at this point, you end up getting a text from Xandria.
Okay.
And you see the three little dots like coming through on the phone. And then you see a video. You see like a little video capture come up on your phone.
Okay.
Like a video clip.
Activate it. See what's going on.
Okay. So you end up seeing this car fly over the retaining wall to the freeway and biff it pretty hard in the stretch of ground that's in between the highway and the access road. And you end up seeing the guys coming out from the side of the car and who are opening up on them. Give me a wits and alertness check. Difficulty 7. Oh, and based on the angle of this, this came from something in the air.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. These guys look oddly familiar.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Blood's starting to roil here. With that.
That's a good point. Why don't you give me a self-control check?
Yeah, exactly. That's
going to be a difficulty. I think it's 7.
It's
or is it -2?
For Bruja, the frenzy rolls are at +2 difficulty.
Oh, okay, so difficulty 8.
Okay.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
Yeah. 1 success.
Okay, it's enough. All right, so the beast in you right now, this is the closest that you've been to them in years.
Yeah, exactly.
And seeing them on video, it almost makes you want to be completely irrational and take it out on your car. Like you just want to rip the steering column out. You just like you're that ready to go, but you keep it focused. You're like, but I can't take it out on them if I kill the van before I get there. So you're just like, you've got that death grip on the steering wheel, and it's straining under your potence.
Yeah, exactly. I'm definitely creating imprints in the wheel right now.
Yes.
Okay. With that, try to shake that off. Start thinking. pedal the metal more, trying to do a few things here, like send another text then to Xandria since her thread is up.
Mm-hmm.
On my way there, I think I know who these fuckers are. Send since gunfire's happening, I roll down my my driver's side window
Mm-hmm.
and I grab the wooden stake from like back seat real quick and shove that in my jacket so I'm ready to go once I'm on the scene.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. All right. So you were definitely on the way. Give me another drive and dexterity check. Difficulty 7 due to your temperament right now.
Right. The difficulty you said was 7.
Yeah, just a 7.
Okay. Darn, no successes.
Oh, all right. So you accelerate a bit too fast.
Okay.
You don't even really notice it. It's just in your anger, you kind of slammed your foot down, and it means it's going to get you there faster. You blow straight through a stoplight, and before you realize it, you absolutely murder some poor little mom and pop store sign that was just advertising something for their restaurant. Like it just goes up in a million pieces as soon as it hits that vent. Just boom, and that was like the wake up call that you real like you didn't even realize it when you blew through the light. You're just like, I got to get there. I got killing to do, and then when that sign hit, you're like, I got to focus. Yeah, that could have been real bad.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Try to right myself, of course, then totally focus on the road.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so Shelly, at this point, it is your action.
Okay.
You've got basically 2 groups of them, 2 of 2. 2 with firearms and 2 with handheld weapons.
You want to split my action?
You can.
Ambidextrous? I can't?
You can. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, because she's ambidextrous, and I want to toss 2 of her throwing knives.
Okay, so one. So are you going to throw your knives at one guy or like 1 and 1?
1 and 1.
Okay, so you're not at an increased difficulty because you're ambidextrous. However, you're going to be down 1 die and then down 2 die because you've already dodged once.
Right.
So you peek up at this point and flink, flink. So your first roll is going to be your dexterity and athletics check. Because you are flinging them.
Three successes.
Ooh. You're like that meme. Surprise, motherfucker. Small fries, motherfucker. Blue eyes, motherfucker.
This dies, motherfucker.
Exactly. Okay, so you end up catching the one guy like right in the shoulder. He just was not expecting it. He was expecting you to run or something, and he was like coming up to get ready to barrel down on you, and you're think and stick him right in the shoulder. Go ahead and roll for damage.
You know, I didn't write down my damage, so what is it for?
It is a knife.
Knife. Yeah.
Okay, so a knife is going to be strength plus 1.
Okay. So long as I've done this. So, okay, got it. And nothing.
Nothing. Okay, so you end up tearing his pretty shirt, still surprising him. Go ahead and roll for the second one. You're down 2 dice for this one for purposes of striking.
Oh, failure.
Okay, so you wing in your exuberance and seeing the other knife kind of like not do well. You threw that one a little bit with too much ambition, and it went flying over the other guy's shoulder. So, whoosh. Okay. So the other two guys are advancing. One guy at this point swings with his scimitar. You can still attempt to dodge, but you'll be down 3 dice.
You only live once. I'll dodge.
Okay. What'd you get?
2.
2? Oh, you got 2. Okay, well, he still managed to hit you. And then the second guy swings. Are you going to dodge this one too? You'll be down 4 dice.
Okay, it only gets me 1 die.
Oh, you'll always have 1 die.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, okay.
1 success.
1 success. Okay, that is definitely a hit. Okay, so good thing is they're swords, so you can roll your stamina to try and absorb this. Okay, so go ahead and you have your full dice pool for stamina.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one does 1, 2, 3. So you said you took 1 off of that. Okay, so you take 2 points as the blade tastes your flesh and cuts across one of your arms. It's lethal damage, not aggravated, so it can still be healed relatively easily. And the second one... Ooh. Okay, go ahead and roll. 2. Okay, you soak up 2 of that damage. You still take 2. And they are laughing at this point because they know they've got you. And you end up hearing this loud engine. The type of sound that like the muffler gave up probably 100 miles ago. Just that loud, it's not containing anything, it's just polluting the ozone sort of sound. It's blah, 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 blah. So Dale, as you are coming up, you're coming up too fast.
Okay.
I just flat out, you just did not time this right. You're coming up way too fast.
All right.
Your choices are to try and come to a stop if you want. You're probably going to fly straight past him if you do, but you still can try it.
Okay.
Or you could try to Fast and Furious it and maybe drift into him with the van.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You got to pull a Jill there
because you're still looking at a numeric disadvantage. So
yeah.
And from what you can tell, even from the video, they are ganging up on whoever this new person is.
Right. Okay.
So
does it look like in that moment that I could at least hit like at least 1 or 2 of them if I drift into it, right?
You're in a van.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
if you drift, it's the flat side, not
right.
So yeah, it's the wide side. You're
okay.
You're going to come at them like a fly swatter.
Okay.
You're really the only thing you have to worry about is rolling, because a van is not made to drift.
Right. Okay. So I am gonna spend a blood for celerity, so I have that ready.
All right.
And then I'll try to smack these bastards with old faithful here.
All right, dexterity and drive. Add your celerity dice.
Right. Okay. Oh, am I assuming a standard difficulty or?
Oh no, sorry. This type of with a van, difficulty 8.
Okay. Okay, 2 successes.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you whip the wheel around and it just the tire and the air around everyone is just starting to get filled with the squealing, burning rubber. As this van that is not meant to go sideways starts going 60 some odd miles per hour sideways. And it is you drift kind of ungracefully up into the dirt. And let's see if they manage to catch on to it quick enough. Oops. Guess that was that. No, it takes away from that. Okay, so they saw it. Let's see if these guys can dodge. Okay, that guy definitely did. No. Ooh. No. And you said you got 2 successes?
Yeah.
Okay. So you end up connecting with 3 of them to some degree. If not just accidentally, clipping them a little bit to full on swatting them. Shelly, give me roll your 1 die. That's what you've got right now for this round. Difficulty 6. You got 1 success? Okay. So it's
Milo, stop.
it's enough to simulate the Cuban Missile Crisis as you duck and cover. You're just like trying to do your best, and the underside of this van that is going 60 and starting to slow down, obviously, and impacts with your car, scrapes your back. So yes, owie, owie, owie. But you can still roll stamina. It is lethal damage.
Welcome to Ashland. No.
3.
Oh, nice. Okay, so thankfully, I mean, it hit you, but it did clothing damage. You probably came off with some rashes on your back, but everything absolutely superficial. It didn't, add to or complicate any of your problems, with the exception of the fact that, your clothing isn't sitting right on your body right now. This van, however, murders your car.
My poor Volvo.
Like this free candy van, I mean, beat up and rusted and everything, hits your car with such an impact, sideways, mind you, and your car it brings the van to a complete stop. Your car gets launched back out like 20 feet away from you, back out onto the freeway, just and just like impacted all up the driver's side and just smashed. One of the guys managed to duck out of the way. One of the guy, or 2 of the guys, you end up hitting like Jose Canseco hitting a home run. Like, they got the full impact and they are thrown like 15 yards away. Another guy gets clipped with the van, and he ends up getting knocked like maybe 5 feet away or so, and kind of rolled with it. And you bring the van to a complete fortunate stop.
Right. Okay. Let's see. So at that point, do I see like any of them? First off, I'm assuming there were like 4 of them still.
There are still 4 of them, yes.
Okay.
2 of which you don't have eyes on because they got punted a ways.
How many? 2 of them, you said?
2 of them, yes. 2 of them you don't have eyes on because they got thrown back quite a bit.
Okay. Then of the 2 I do have eyes on, which one looks like they're more dangerous?
Both of the ones that had firearms are still there.
Okay.
If you had to do threat assessment, obviously the one with the higher caliber rifle that's there is going to be more dangerous.
Okay. I'm trying to go then at my celerity speed, just get out of the van rapidly, teeth bared. I've got a stake in my hand, trying to stake the guy with the rifle.
Okay. So you are actually you were no, actually you're not down. Oh no, you didn't declare extra actions. So you have your dice. Does that work again? Shit.
When you spend a die, does it give you the extra actions, or
No,
do you have to do something else?
you have to choose it if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So you either get your full dice pool and no like additional attack penalties.
Okay.
No, actually, you spent. That's right. You spent your blood, so you have your extra actions. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking of that in reverse. Like, if you have celerity and you don't spend blood, you get to add that to any pool you have. Most pools you have dexterity in. If
Okay.
you spend the blood, you get the extra actions on top of that.
Nice. Okay. Cool. That's what I thought I remembered too.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Let's see here. Okay. Melee. 3.
Oh, and Shelly, give me a wits and alertness check. Difficulty 6.
Okay. Two.
Okay. You can hear sirens.
Okay. Can I use it one of my disciplines?
At the beginning of next round, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So for staking, is that difficulty
It's in
9
essence,
for?
yeah, it's in essence a called strike.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that.
Okay.
Can I spend willpower for this ahead of time to ensure one?
You can spend 1 willpower. Yes.
I will do that. Okay. One. Two. All right. Let's see. 3. Oh, plus the willpower. Total of 4 successes.
Oh, nice. Okay. Now you got to roll damage.
Okay. That damage. Strength plus 1.
And you get to add your potence dice if you have potence.
Right. Yep. What you do? And this one's just 6, right?
What's that?
And this difficulty for the damage is 6. Is
Yes.
that right? Okay.
Yeah. For damage, it's always 6,
Right.
and for soaking.
Cool. Fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy crap. Yeah, 6 successes.
So you end up hitting him, and he goes stiff immediately.
Nice.
How many celerity points do you have?
Let's see, just 2. So that was the
you have
2
one
actions,
other
right?
actions.
I do. Oh, that's right. Okay, so then immediately after that, I then let's see. So the way you run it, do guns like bullets? Do they do bashing damage or lethal damage to
They
members?
do lethal damage.
Okay. I'll go ahead then and then whip around, draw my pistol, and take a shot at the other vampire with the gun that was nearby.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Only one success for that.
Oh, okay. Came close, but he pulls a matrix and like manages to kind of continue to roll as you pull your shot. Came real close to getting him though.
Got it.
And at that moment, you also hear the sirens.
Got it. Okay.
Give me another self-control check.
Yeah. Oh boy, we're gonna have Ben's first frenzy of the game.
Maybe.
Uh.
This is not so much a frenzy. This is more of a decision making.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. So not a botch, but no successes.
Okay. Yeah. You hear the sirens. You got time.
Yeah, I got to. Yeah.
Yeah. You're at this point. You're disregarding the fact that you've got somebody else wounded here, and you're outnumbered. Nah. You got one down.
Important.
Yeah. Not important. Okay. So top of the round. So we're starting off with you. Actually, now that we're top of the round, Dale, go ahead and give me an initiative check.
Right.
Jerome, I'm assuming that we're still listening to the police radio.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Total of 15.
15. Okay. Actually, so then, you and Shelly, who has the higher wits?
I have 2.
You have what?
3?
You don't have to keep muting yourself. It's okay.
Well, no, I do because my kid's back behind me
Oh,
talking.
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so then you technically, by like a millisecond, are acting first.
Okay. I want to do unseen presence.
So you're going to vanish? Poofty?
For
Okay.
right now, yeah.
So at the end of the round, if you are not attacked, you will poof.
Okay.
All right. Dale. Are you going to
Hey.
do anything else? Because you don't have... Sorry, that doesn't act as an action. That's just you declaring you're going to do that. Was there anything else you're going to do, Shelly, or are you just going to
No, she,
try and stay hidden?
how close are they to her?
Right now, you've got the two that are still nearby. Somebody who slammed the van into the whole thing is staked one of them, and then there's another guy on the other side of the van, which you know is over there, but you don't have eyes on him. The other two got hit, and they're somewhere past you, somewhere in the darkness.
Okay. So they're like behind the van.
The one is in front of the van that you can see, and he got staked.
Okay, but the other one's towards the back.
Yes.
She'll start making my way towards the back.
Okay. So it's just a matter of stepping up and going around. Are you taking any action, or are you just watching?
If she can get close enough, gonna use her psi.
Yeah, we'll say you can step in enough. What's your athletics?
2.
2. Okay, we'll say you're able to come around the van and advance quick enough with your feet to get into melee range. This is the guy who had the pistol.
Yeah. Okay.
So at this point, go ahead. You're going to stick him with your psi?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll your dexterity and melee.
Five.
Ooh, nice. Okay. So he rolled with it. You almost didn't catch him. This guy is really, really good. You can tell just by his movements, but you managed to catch him with it. Go ahead and roll your damage. This is going to be strength plus whatever the psi does, which is probably a knife as well.
Yeah, I think it is. One.
1. Okay. So you connect with him. It doesn't look like it did any real damage to him, but you're up in his face. So Dale,
Okay.
it is you. The other person who is here has come up from around the van and is engaging the other guy.
Okay. Let's see here. So, engaging the other guy, the pistol building guy, or do I see the other two now as well?
You do not see the other two yet.
No. Okay. All right. Spending another blood for celerity.
Okay.
Let's see here, and gonna start taking shots at this same guy I was attacking before.
Okay. So the staked guy or the guy with the pistol?
No, guy with the pistol.
Okay. You are doing what? Shooting?
Shooting, yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for your first attack.
Cool. First one, man, no successes there.
Okay. No, not a failure, right? Just no successes.
Just right, yeah, no successes.
Okay.
Okay. Second shot. Can do, yeah. Ooh, that's better. 2, 3.
Oh, remember, you only get the one attack right now.
Oh, okay.
Celerity rounds will open up at the end of the round.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
So first round.
Okay.
So you fire and miss on him. He's trying to duck and get out of the way. Staked guy is staked. He acts. You know what? He's going to grab Shelly's character. Would you like to dodge? You'll be down 1 die. Okay. Go ahead and roll.
The willpower?
What's that?
Can I spend a willpower?
You absolutely can spend a willpower.
Okay.
That is your 1
2.
willpower this turn. 2. Okay. So he grabs a hold of you and throws you at Dale. Would you like to dodge, Dale?
Yes, it would.
Okay. You will be down 1 die.
Okay.
Not like you don't
Oh,
have...
so celerity doesn't protect from that?
Oh, celerity still adds to it.
Okay.
You're just down
Oh,
a
okay.
die.
Gotcha.
So you still get a boatload of dice.
Right.
Or potentially, anyways.
Let's see. Okay. I'm assuming difficulty 6 for dodging?
Yeah.
Okay. And, okay, good. 1, 2, 3 successes.
Okay. So this person is hurled in the air at you. Are you going to catch them or just screw it and dip and let them go out to the freeway?
As long as she doesn't look like she's like 300 pounds or something, where like I'm not quite like I didn't spend a blood for potence to like ensure no
Gotcha.
problem.
She is
She's
not
a little
like-
thing.
Yeah, she is not Simone.
Okay.
Yeah, she
Okay.
she is not, like a
She's
sumo
5'2"
wrestler
and
that got lobbed.
118.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will go attempt to like catch so that she's not like injured or
Okay.
whatever.
So give me a strength check then.
Okay.
You can add your potence dice.
Right. And 2 successes.
Okay. So you get caught, Shelly. Force of the impact takes you back a couple feet at this point, but no damage. You catch on. Well, more like someone threw a potato sack at you and you just kind of and grabbed it and buckled back a little bit, a little ways from the impact. Sophie, so at this point, of course, you're still hearing that there's gunfire, right? Then you hear something from the police that somebody looks like somebody else is engaging, and a van collided with the group.
Do we recognize the van or the description of the van?
Yeah, I mean, the description's very basic. It's just like an old beat up white panel van. Not your typical like family, minivan sort of thing. So it sounds pretty familiar.
Suppose this is something that we might go check out just in case.
Well, specifically, one of the reports coming in is that the one of the guys is moving extremely fast.
Arm up and head over.
Okay. Alrighty. So you guys head out. I take it you're driving?
Me? Yes.
Okay. Are you bring?
How else would I get there?
That's why I was asking. I mean, you have a ghoul. You could say, "Drive me." I mean,
he's not super great under pressure at this point.
Are you going to bring him along?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
He just goes to see if Lily will eat him.
I didn't think about that. I was more thinking, he needs to feel more involved in this. So,
okay, so
learn how to be better under pressure.
He takes a moment and goes to get his sword.
All right. Of course, he would have a sword. I mean, I guess
Sophie has one. Yeah, Sophie taught him. So yes, he has a nice sword. He has a toreador that would probably be very critical of him if he did not have a nice sword. What? No. No, you cannot use that.
A reproduction?
I know, exactly. It's like, that's garbage.
I don't care if it's movie accurate.
I don't care if it was used by the Kurgan. No. All right, so you guys are armoring up and heading out. You can see flashing lights at this point as the police are less than a block away. 2 squad cars coming in at high speed.
Yeah. Great. It's great for them. Awesome.
Give me another, because you can't willpower your way out of it, unfortunately. Give me another self-control check.
The difficulty was 6 again, or is that different?
It's still technically 6, yeah. So
6.
For you, it's 8.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so okay. In that case, that's actually a botch.
Meet me.
Okay. So the stress of the situation has just angered you because in your beast at this point in the back of your mind is like they're about to take your one chance to get the kill.
Right.
And you've already done the impossible in your beast's mind's eye by drifting a van into these guys. At this point you're frenzied. At this point you have Shelley's character in your arms. You grab her by the legs and you proceed to beat that guy with her. You're just like, just like, just using her like an old carpet, and you're gonna beat him with it. Just so first round. Needless to say, unfortunately, you do not disappear, Shelley.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Improvised weapon, vampire.
Yeah, basically, yes.
Does he get a strength
Is that
one
a-
for that?
Is that a blunt weapon or?
That is technically a blunt weapon, yes. Unfortunately, she does not have body mods that, you
She
know.
has her thighs in her hands.
Yeah, she's got pokey things.
I got pointies.
You do, but you're not really expected to be used this way.
Not like porcupine pokey.
Yeah.
I'm taking it this is going to be dexterity plus melee.
Yeah.
Am I okay?
Yeah, dexterity plus melee.
God.
Plus potence dice, I guess. Yeah.
Not for damage purposes, yes.
But yeah, okay.
Celerity to strike.
Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. There.
And you're only down the one dice because your celerity actions don't decrease your dice.
Right. Okay. And is my difficulty with using a vampire as a weapon
Difficulty 8.
6 or 8? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So only one success.
Still, it's one success.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, yeah, he was not expecting that. I got 2 1s on that one. And neither one of them were really expecting that. So you're just like, ah, and you smash her upside his head. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Shelly, roll your stamina.
1.
Okay.
Is my damage going to be strength, potence,
Strength,
anything
potence,
else?
plus 2.
2. Okay.
We'll say she's enough of a force that she'll give you 2 additional dice.
All right. Sorry, out of character. Okay. 2, 3 successes.
Okay. Thankfully, it's bashing.
Yeah.
For you, so you take 2 bashing, Shelly. He takes 2 bashing. Roll again. You're not done. You've still got celerity actions to go, so you're just going to keep pounding him into the dirt as much as you can.
Okay. 1, 2. Let's see here. Sorry, and the difficulty for this is going to be 8 again.
No, for damage, no, it's still 6.
Okay.
Oh, you mean to strike?
Yeah.
Yeah, strike is always, it's going to be 8 so long as you're holding Shelly's character.
Okay, got it. Okay, 2 successes this time.
Okay. He still does not get out of the way, so you connect again. Go ahead and roll damage. Go ahead and roll again, Shelly.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, 6.
2, okay. So you take 4 bashing.
Gonna be out like a light soon.
He did 6. Okay, bam.
Yeah.
Okay, so you clock him again. He's not looking good. How many? So you have 2 celerity points.
Yeah, just 2.
Okay, so we're out of the celerity round at this point since you already had it burned. So you cannot. Frenzy, I don't think allows you to burn for celerity again. Let me check.
Yeah, I'm not sure you can spend blood actively while frenzied, I think.
Lots of comments here about frenzy, but not what I'm looking for. Nope, that's not helping me. Okay, so let me look this up real fast. Here we go. Frenzy. Go 132. No, that's not right. Okay, frenzy. Let's just go 297. Alien Faith, Fire, Frenzy, and Rushrek. Frenzy can reduce most things. Completely ignore all dice pool penalties inflicted by injury, which is good. All difficulties dominate. They're immune to the detrimental effects of Rushrek. Let's see. Character may feel blah 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 blah. I am not seeing it. That was my understanding, though, is that you can't use additional disciplines as you just become predatory at that point.
Right.
So I'm obviously you can still use things like fortitude and potence and whatnot, but
I find that too. Let's see.
Vampire Frenzy Hunger. Well, I'll look it up later. We'll make a ruling right now that no, nothing else outside of like your potent, but you still have the tertiary effects of celerity, so you'll still have the adds to your dice pool because that you just get that for having celerity. You just won't have the additional actions.
Gotcha.
Okay, so top of the round at this point, Shelly, you are a weapon.
Is he still frenzying?
Yes.
So he's gonna use me again.
Probably.
At this point, could she use her size, knowing he's gonna wham her again?
So you mean just kind of go with it and just flail your arms out to strike the guy with your size while he's winding up for another strike? Sure, I'll allow it. Go for it.
Okay.
We'll say difficulty 8.
Okay.
Don't forget any penalties you may have due to your wound status.
-2. Okay. Oops. I forgot my difficulty. So that would be 3.
3 successes?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. You are able to strike him with one of your size.
Awesome.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Three.
Ooh. Okay, Dale, give me a let's see. Why don't you give me a standard self-control check? This would be difficulty 6.
Okay. So then, because I'm Bruja, it bumps
No.
up to 8.
No, it does
No.
not.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
only to resist frenzy. You're already in frenzy.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. 1 success.
Okay. The sight. Your beast at this point lacks a lot of fine control. I mean, that's an unfortunate side effect of all vampires. So,
Yeah.
in your primitive state, your weapon, without you doing it, felled your foe.
Nice.
So that was enough for your beast to kind of pull a and pull start pulling yourself out of the state that you were in. You're still sort of like angry and impulsive, but no longer succumbing to the inherent rage of your blood. And you have her by the ankles, like you were doing one of these, getting ready to hit him over the head again with her.
Okay. I reflexively try to like let go and like kind of shake myself back to sentience if possible.
Oh yeah, you're able to do that. Yeah, you fall unceremoniously flat on your face, Shelly. So I mean, you hit him, and he collapsed to the ground. So that was great. And then like the next moment, you just went and fell straight down. And at that point, the police are bringing their cars to a screeching halt.
Okay. Do I see the other two, or
you do? If they are present, they are on the other side of the van. They are not in eyesight at this point. Otherwise, you would have engaged.
Okay.
With the police here and coming out, there is already a huge risk to the masquerade at this point.
Right. Okay. So since they're screeching to a halt, my gun's probably on the ground right now because I was using Shelly.
Yes.
So I won't grab for that. I will since these two are down, I raise my hands and start kind of slowly walking towards one of the cop cars because my goal's going to be to start using like presence powers to try to calm them down once they get out of their car.
Okay. So at this point, yeah, they've jumped out of their car. They have shotguns drawn at this point, and they're just like, "Freeze! Get down to the ground now!"
Sorry, officers. Really apologize for that. I try to use awe. For presence powers, do you have to spend blood for that? Or
No, you do not.
Okay.
Thankfully, no.
Nice. Okay, so add up presence. Aw. Okay, charisma performance. Good. Okay, got 2 successes. No, wait, that's wrong. 1 success.
So with 1 success, that potentially gives you 1 person.
Right.
So what are you saying?
So I'm saying, officers, I'm on assignment. I know this looks bad. There might be more aggressors behind the van.
Okay. Are you doing anything in particular, Shelley? You're actually on the ground, so you are technically compliant already. You're muted. You're still muted. Sorry.
So can she see the police and they can see her?
Yes.
Okay. So if she kind of raises up with her hands like Dale did, gonna use awe as well. And yeah.
Okay.
So is it presence and no charisma and performance?
Yes. Yeah. Difficulty 7, if I recall.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah. She has 4.
Oh, and so what is it you say then?
That I'm his partner, and that there are. This one's down, but there are 2 still at large.
Okay. All right. So they they don't advance at this point, but they tell you both to stay down, and one starts radioing it in, and you can see that another unit is coming down the freeway, and you can already hear the sounds of a helicopter coming in too. Sophie, as you guys are pulling up, you see the bright sirens of bright claxons of police lights.
I think we're going to get as close as we can
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of wait and see what happens.
Okay. So at this point you probably would have been
Are the
taking
sirens still on?
the what?
Are the sirens still on?
Yes.
Okay. Then I guess I won't use heightened senses to overhear things.
That would hurt, yeah. No, I mean, but you're coming down the access road at this point, you're back far enough that you can see that, or I should hear that the sirens aren't blaring on the site, but you can see that there are 2 police units already there, and they're pointing weapons at somebody. Advancing further is probably going to put you in a bad place with the police, but you can always park someplace else and monitor.
I mean, we're definitely going to not interfere with, the perimeter, but I think we'll get in a good vantage point, and I'm going to use heightened eyesight to see if I can tell what's going on.
Okay, sure. So you pull over in the parking lot of a McDonald's, near the corner where it's at. Go ahead and give me a perception and alertness check.
Zero successes.
Okay, so you're trying to stare, but the bright flashing lights from the claxons on top of the police squad cars, I should say. It's distorting the view enough that you're not able to get past it. At least not at this point from this vantage point.
Okay.
Sorry. You can faintly hear one of the guys. He's probably calling it in or whatnot, but they haven't advanced. They're just holding they're holding position right now, and so long as neither one of you are making any sort of advances, they don't seem to be doing anything at this point. They're just ordering you to stay down, and they're clearly waiting for more units to show.
Okay.
And with that, because you're standing, with that, you end up seeing some green mist roll across the ground and past the person you were just using as a weapon. And one of the officers is like, "What the hell just happened? Did that guy just melt?"
So I look to see what the heck is happening, where the source of this is coming from.
That guy that you were just pounding on is no longer there.
Oh, he's just gone without a trace?
There's mist floating away.
Oh, shit. Dale gets this, but Ben probably doesn't. Okay. So I turn to the officer and I'm like, "Officer, I need you to listen very carefully." And I try to use entrancement on him.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. Okay, that's appearance and empathy. Okay, difficulty is going to be equal to the target's current willpower. So what am I looking at?
You're looking at a 7. He is a police officer, and they are no joke.
All right.
At least not Ashland's finest.
Good. That's good to know. You know.
They're like the guy from that Skyrim meme. I've seen some stuff.
Okay. One success.
Okay. So what do you say?
All right. So I say, you're not going to understand what's going on here. Radioing in backup isn't going to help you. I know this is strange, but you've got to trust me and let us go. We're the good guys here. And there's crap you don't understand.
Okay. So Shelly, you can hear him basically trying to talk both of your ways out of this. Let me see entrancement. You got one success. Okay. So they start kind of debating back and forth at this point, because you can hear the chopper coming up and the light shining down, and they start kind of bantering back and forth, like, no, we gotta wait, we got more units on the way. And he's like, no, you heard what they said. They're like, partners to something, and I don't know, I trust this guy. It makes sense, sort of thing. And so they at this point, they tell you to stay where you're at. Don't make a move. And the one officer keeps his weapon drawn, pointed in your direction, but down. Just keeping an eye on the both of you. And the other guy goes walking up to check the guy you staked.
Okay.
And he's like, no, we got it. This guy's dead. No pulse, sort of thing. And he's just like, fuck, he's got a stake sticking out of his chest. It's like, this is macabre. And so the other guy's like, all right, yeah, just okay, whatever. You just go. Hurry up, go.
All right. And I start slowly walking up to the staked body, and I'm like, you can't handle this. I'm taking this with me. And I go to just try to pick him up.
Okay, the officers stay in your way at that point, and they're like, oh, no. Yeah. Sorry, that's not going to make a lick of sense. We've already got some guy who just melted because a spotlight shined on him. There's no way in hell I could say a staked guy up and walked away.
And so, in this guy, is this guy the guy I entranced, or one of the other ones?
One of the other guy. They seem compliant enough to let you guys go, but this is beyond protocol at this point. They've got to have something to report on. It's already weird enough.
I'm gonna try entrancing this guy too.
Oh, all right, go ahead and roll. Sophie, why don't you go ahead and give me another perception alertness check?
And can I spend a willpower for a success on this too?
You sure can.
Okay.
Just note that you were down 2 willpower. Oh.
Yep.
Did a little better this time.
A little better. You got the
Can
4
I
horsemen.
see my car?
What's left of it? Yes.
So she can get her stuff out of the trunk before, because she can't leave those books behind.
See, at this point, you guys are really pushing it. Let's see what he gets for his
Okay.
his 2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so it doesn't make any sense to him, but they're just like, oh, okay, yeah, just hurry up.
And I just like, go ahead. And I grab this guy. Really want to look at his face first, but I can't do that right now. Pick him up, toss him unceremoniously, but making sure the stake is like well in him.
Mm-hmm.
Put him in the back of the van. And then I look to Shelly. Get in. Sorry, but let's go.
Okay. But I have to get something out of my trunk real first. So she's going to go run and get those books. They're probably like in a suitcase like thing.
A couple of them have been ejected, so you've got a couple parcels that are like alongside the freeway, and then the rest of them are in what is left of your suitcase.
So would she have time to get the ones on the ground and the one out of the trunk?
You can absolutely attempt to.
Okay.
Another unit has pulled up at this point. Plus, you have the helicopter overhead. At this point, the police have seen somebody missed away. You've convinced 2 officers to let you walk away with somebody with a piece of wood sticking out of their chest, basically clearing the crime scene. And now you're wanting to take evidence. Can you? Physically, probably yes.
Could she try to use Ogden to have them help her pick up the books?
We could sure try. Why don't you give it a check?
This is very entertaining.
1.
Well, it's one person.
Okay.
And so the one guy's like, "What the hell are you doing?" He's like, "But we've got to clean this up. Clean it? What are you talking about?" And he's like debating with him sort of as he walks away to go help you, clean
I'll have
the.
I'll have him pick up the ones that are on the road, and she'll grab the bag out of the trunk.
Okay.
And throw them into the van.
So Sophie, you see this, like the helicopters overhead watching. Another unit has pulled up and they're effectively cleaning the scene. Yeah.
Can I tell that it's Ben?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, it's pretty
he's
clear
gotta
at this point because there's a spotlight right on them.
Okay, you know what? He's probably too busy to answer his phone, but I can try and telepathy him.
You sure can.
I remember what it takes. Intelligence and subterfuge.
Gotta keep them subterfuge. Da, 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 da.
2.
2, okay. Do you enter his mind with a particular jingle, or do you just say something? You're kind of waiting on me. I mean, if that's the case, it's going to be the Power Rangers jingle.
No jingle, thanks. I'm just gonna chime in. What's going on?
Like, oh shit. Oh, Sophie. Yeah, sorry, not a lot of time to. Are you nearby?
Who are these people?
Yeah, they're Sabat.
All of them?
There were 4. One of them, I think, got away. I've got one of them staked in my car. We've got a newcomer though, not Sabat. Not a lot of time trying to get out of here. Hey, new lady, you doing okay there? We gotta go.
All right, I'll follow you.
Right.
You're muted, Shelly.
Just keep it on.
You're still muted.
What is
There
going
you go.
on?
There we go.
1,
Yeah.
2.
We got you.
Okay. That was weird because it wasn't muted. Yeah, she's going to, after she's thrown her stuff in, and he's put the stuff in the back of the van, she's ready to hop in and go. She's
Okay.
like, I'm right behind you.
Right.
Lily, by the way.
Ben, welcome to Ashland.
Thanks.
We're out of there.
Okay, so you throw the stuff in there and limp away in the van, just it's like you know, the bumper falls off the back, and you know, you scrape along the, you know, the curb sort of thing as it hops down, and I mean, it's like smashed all and scraped all down one side. Like, Sophie, as you see it pass by, you thought the van looked pretty bad before. It's got a whole new look of bad, and that took some accomplishment. Like, as a Toreador, you almost have to go, wow. That took some work.
I think I'm gonna I'll follow like at a discreet distance, obviously, because I don't want to wreck my car from some of the detritus.
Right.
But then like if they turn down a side street or something, I'll like pull out in front of them and have them like pull over once we get to like a calm place. I don't know if he had some place that he was planning to go, but he is definitely conspicuous. So
Okay.
I think
So at this point, well, I mean, you've got telepathy with him, so you can.
Oh, are we still linked?
You can still kind of walk through it or communicate.
All right, so basically, I'll explain that. Like, you're very obvious. Let's ditch the van and bring him into my car.
Right, right. I'm looking up to see, like, is anybody following us? Is the helicopter still tracking us, or are they still on the scene?
No, the police are trying to figure out why exactly that all happened. Like, they were supposed to be on the scene, and they don't have any orders to follow you guys at this point. You're driving. Shelly, why don't you give me a wits and alertness difficulty 8 check? Nothing? Okay. So you guys are driving along at this point. So what's the plan then, Dale?
Yeah, so at this point, since we're kind of more or less in the clear, I do try to find like kind of an inconspicuous, just more or less empty-ish parking lot off the side of the road to go into, so we have some room to move things over to the other car.
Okay. So you're following, I presume, at a safe distance behind? Okay. So you end up following him to like a Costco parking lot, something that, you know, that's pretty big. And at this time of night, Costco's closed, so there's not really anybody here. Oddly enough, as you guys are driving along, like, there's smoke coming off this van, like it's that damaged, and oddly enough, it's louder than it was before too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna park next to them and pop the trunk.
Okay.
Unlock the doors.
All right. So you pop the trunk and unlock the doors.
Doug's in the shotgun.
Yeah. So Doug is just kind of standing there dumbfounded, just like looking at this vehicle, and he's like, Sophie, that was kind of a masquerade breach. What are we gonna do to cover that up?
Well, we'll see what Ben has to say. I'm surprised they let him out.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
We'll have to figure out something. Put your thinking cap on.
He's like looking around. He's like, oh, you didn't mean like literally? Sorry.
All right, so
yeah, you guys come to a stop. You
Yeah.
you know, in the van. You hop out. You know, pop it. Well, you have to force the doors back open at this point because it's just, you know, so difficult. Shelly's stuff is in the back because you guys tossed it back there. The body is not.
And when I do that, I'm frantically looking around.
Give me a self-control check.
Okay.
Other side so he can't use me again.
one success.
Okay. Yeah, so you are back at that hand-wringing anger phase. I mean, you've got a grip, but just this is absolutely maddening. After everything that just happened, he's not back there.
I even like slammed my fist down, like probably doing some damage to the back of this already messed up van. Like, is that fucking possible? Damn it.
I noticed that something's wrong, and I'm gonna go over and check on them.
Okay. Yeah, he's furious looking at the back of the van.
I'm looking around to see if there's any evidence as far as like how he got out or what the heck happened.
Oh, the only thing that's back here is a stake.
Okay, I was going to ask, is the stake there? Okay.
I take the stake. Does it have any like even blood on it remaining or anything?
Yeah, I mean, vampires would still, like, when you get struck. I mean, it's not like the massive blood splatter like living human beings would have, but yeah, I mean, there would still be the trace amounts of that on the stake.
Okay. So I take that.
Can I take that from him?
I'll let you guys decide that.
So
Well,
if you reach
yeah, okay, so
for it, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if you reach for it, I kind of like reflexively kind of hold it back and then sorry, here. And I hand it back to you.
So I'm gonna hold the stake and do Spirit's Touch. See if I can get anything.
Okay. Let's take your difficulty up by 1 because it goes off of passion and very
Dale it.
and Dale was very passionately clinging to it.
Ooh. What's the difficulty? 7? 8?
Let's take a look. 1 second. Specs. That is telepathy. That's psychic projection. I need Spirit's Touch. Dang it! How do I keep missing it? There we go. Oh, okay. So it's perception and perception and empathy. Sensing information from a pistol that was used for a murder hours ago may require a 4. But learning something from like a century ago, like bloodstained puppet, would be a 9. So we will say that it is a 6. It is recent, but it's been a little tampered with.
Do I get double specialties? Or just one?
No, just one specialty. So it'll explode to 2 successes.
3.
3. You got.
Oh wait. Difficulty was 6.
Difficulty is 6. So you got 3. Okay. So you collect some decent information then. You get to bypass Dale's passion. You got to, maybe it was still a little fresh and you got to the heart of the matter. The individual that was staked is about 70 years old, you believe. The image that you get from this person is that he was surrounded by smoke of some kind. In the darkness of the van, something materialized, yanked the stake out, and they both poofed, giving the impression that was smoke that you drove through.
I think somebody nightcrawlered him out.
What does that mean?
It means that he bamfed.
What the fuck does BAMF mean?
Is Do you know if
spontaneous teleportation that can go, several miles at maximum?
is teleportation a thing that we can do?
I usually look to you for that sort of thing. I don't think so.
I can't do that.
Maybe Watcher might know.
So I see smoke.
Or we can ask Adam.
Ask Adam. I mean, I suppose if we have no other options. So I see it. It looks like something smoky appeared in the van. It took out the stake, and then they both disappeared. That's what I see.
They can turn themselves into smoke.
That's kind of impressive. And, pretty risky. Should we start, air tightening the seals at the house?
Why not? Okay, well, do you need anything from here? Because this van is still very conspicuous.
No, I've got everything. We can go.
Train museum?
You got room in your car for 2 more here?
Yeah, seats 5.
About
Alright.
this time, Lily will make her appearance. Yeah.
Oh yeah, who's your
Name's Lily.
Lily
She
Adams.
was the one they were after.
And they were Sabat, right?
For knowledge, yes.
That's right.
Do you know them?
No.
Yeah,
I do.
Doug shrugs.
They're a pack called the Founders.
Um,
Known them for a long time.
hop in. Let's take this somewhere private.
Right. I'll go ahead and get in the car.
Lily's gonna get her things first.
Yeah, Doug was already taking care of that and putting it in the trunk.
Okay. Yeah, so I get in the car as well.
Okay.
All right, we'll go to the train museum.
And while you were on the way, and not relevant necessarily to this game per se, but Trudy gets a call. with an info dump of basically oh my god, this just happened sort of thing. So
Great. Let Trudy take care of that mess.
So you guys go to the train museum. Now the train museum is for Shelley's sake is it was made out of an old train station, half of it roughly, and they've rebuilt that particular half. Obviously the line doesn't run here anymore, but it's got a bunch of memorabilia from the city and artifacts and that sort of thing. So it's a nice visiting center for Ashland. It's actually a real place. But we've built it up a little bit for purposes of game, and it acts as the city's Elysia.
One of them.
So you come up to this place. It's got maybe parking spots for 10 cars out front, not super big. And there's already somebody waiting.
Do I recognize
out front.
the person or the car?
It's Andrea.
Oh. Okay. This is a surprise, but I suppose not unexpected. So I'll just wave her in.
She gets the door for everybody. And Xandria is closer to the tall side. Not terribly slender, a little bit more built athletically. as more of kind of a statuesque figure. Although taller, think more Gina Carano-ish when she was fighting. So, as far as size comparison. So she's in a business suit, walks in and starts flipping on the lights and getting everything prepped.
First off, is anyone hungry?
Yeah,
Yeah,
famished.
I could use
Um,
a bite.
I'll send Doug back to the car to pull out some blood bags from the trunk. Because I'm assuming that we keep some spares.
Spares with a spare. Yeah, so he goes walking back out to go get that taken care of.
I'm Sophie. I'm currently the Baron. Welcome to Ashland. I'm sorry that you had a rough introduction. Where are you coming from?
From Washington.
State?
Yes.
Whereabouts?
Seattle.
All right. Can I ask what brings you to Ashland?
It's away from Seattle.
Fair enough. And how far did you notice these Sabbat following you?
Good question, Jerome.
They picked up on your tail probably 20 to 30 miles outside of town.
Yeah, so 20 to 30 miles before I hit city limits.
All right, so before we get into, you know what, let's just have a rundown. And Ben, I would specifically like to know what you told the police to allow you to leave. Because I think we're going to need to do some cleanup.
I was vague. I used some vampire charm. Just told them they wouldn't understand what's going on. It's too dangerous for them. They should just let us go. And that I needed to take this guy too. When at a stake.
We told them that we were on assignment.
Right, the PI stuff.
I was just
Pretty
following
much.
his lead.
Oh. Well, it definitely comes in handy. Okay, so there you said there were 4?
Yes.
4 of
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
One of them turned into mist. Is that what
Right
you
in
said?
front of me. Yes.
Oh, maybe that's the same thing that I saw in the van.
It was
I mean,
probably that guy.
so I guess that means that they can turn somebody else into mist as well?
Or they both had that power. You can't
Oh,
use your
could be.
powers when you're staked, right?
Well, could be. Yes. Do you know what kind of power that is? I haven't encountered that before.
Either.
Xandria says, so ma'am, first off, I want to let you know we're looking into this, trying to play cleanup.
Oh, thank you
we
so
don't
much.
we don't know what sort of damage we're looking at just yet, but we're trying to assess as best as possible. As to answer your second question, I believe that is something native to the gangrel.
Well, be that as it may, uh, sounds like you two got out of that fight pretty lucky.
Well, your friend here needs to take most of the credit. If he didn't show up, I don't think I would have survived it.
You know what, Lily? Don't mention it, and sorry for using you. This been after these fuckers 40 years.
No,
Holy shit.
we did get some advantage. I was able to stab him a couple of times.
I can't remember. Was I on scene at the point where
I think she
that
was.
Yeah,
particular?
you were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was inventive. Okay.
Lily, did you know them at all? Like, did you ever see them before they just appeared behind you?
Appeared behind me and rammed the back of um, the Volvo, and I just knew I was in trouble, so I stepped on the gas and tried to get anywhere but there as fast as I could. So they had to have seen me pass. I'm not even sure where they came from. They were just suddenly behind me.
Yeah, Baron, like I was saying, they're the founders. They're a Sabbat pack. Means they've been around for decades now. They've been in
I
different
got the
parts of the country.
impression. I got the impression that one in the back was around 70. I don't know if that's relevant. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, it makes sense. That means it's been around. I know they've been around longer than I have as far as being a vampire, but from what I know of them, that means we're going to have to look for brutal crimes around Ashland, like a serial killing. We'll want to be on the lookout for that. It's what they're known for.
Do you know where they were based?
Well, when I first met them, they're in Louisiana, so they've been around. I don't know where all to. I've been looking for them, but Lily managed to find him. Go, Lily.
Hmm.
Man,
Yeah,
it stands to reason that they probably came for the Crusades.
For the what?
The Crusades. It's what the Sabbat call their coordinated strikes.
So
Okay.
I must have just been a random pick.
Probably. We don't have enough information to operate off operate off of any other assumption. At least as far as I know.
Do any of you have a cell phone? I really need to call my people and let them know that the Volvo has been compromised and have them call it in stolen.
Your people?
My ghouls.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um, yeah. Did Doug come back?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I will.
He came back with enough bags for 2 points of blood apiece.
Sweet. I start chugging those.
Oh, and before we go any further, Dale, roll your XP. Damn it.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
right.
I was
What
like,
am I
what,
rolling for again?
1d6 plus 1.
I was like, what? He's gonna frenzy again?
Yes.
Like, what?
I know. Arr, 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 arr.
Anytime he frenzies, Lily is going to step like 10 steps back.
And then
Oh,
Dale
God,
hits
Ben.
Doug.
Not the face.
Okay. Right, so if it's 1d6 plus 1, then that's a total of 6.
All right. So
Ooh.
6 more
Yeah.
XP.
Sweet.
For everybody, right?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Woo.
Yay, I have actually XP.
Yep.
Seven, right?
Yep.
So sweet.
Or, yeah, 6. 6 XP.
Oh,
That's
six.
six total.
Cool. Forgot what I was saying.
She was asking
Oh,
for a phone.
cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to give her my phone, but I'll like look to Doug and kind of jerk my head over to her.
So he like looks back and forth and then hands her his phone.
Takes it.
Okay.
Dials up a number. Maggie, I need you to do me a favor. I need you and Donald to report your car stolen. It has been compromised and it's now in the police hands.
Okay. Is everything okay? Are you all right?
I'm fine. Luckily I got some help, and I'll be home as soon as we get this cleared up. But I do need you to do that as soon as possible.
Okay. We'll call right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Just let us know if we need to do anything else.
Yeah, get me a new cell phone.
Oh, okay. Easy enough. Yeah. We'll get that taken care of tomorrow.
Okay. And she hangs up.
Okay.
Hands the phone back. Thank you.
Do you have? It sounds like you have somewhere to stay. Do you need a ride?
I can get a taxi.
Okay. See, what else do we need to talk about?
We
Oh,
want to
so
give her
the
the rundown as far as, yeah,
why don't you give her the rundown?
sure. So, we're the free city of Ashland. Anarchs are well. Got a few things to watch out for. Even though we're free here, there are some dangers still. As you found out, there's a bot to the north, Portland. Don't go there. There is a park in town, Lithia Park. Don't go there. It's an old vampire named Adam who may or may not try to eat you.
Okay.
Kind of a weird situation there.
Yeah. And I knew about Portland. And unfortunately, I had to travel through there with, well, I call her my sister, but she's my sire's other childler. But she stayed in Salem, and I continued.
Did you encounter anything in Portland?
Rome?
What's that?
Did she encounter anything when she had to go through Portland? Because I gotta go through Portland to get from Seattle down.
Probably not. But that may have been where you picked up the tail.
Setting off fireworks or something.
Oh.
Super weird.
Yeah, so that could have been where they came from. I don't know why they chose 20 miles outside the city to show themselves, or that they were here and they got radioed.
We'll definitely have to see what we can find out. So are you staying in Ashland then? You're
For
thinking
the
you'll be
time
around
being,
for a
I
while?
would like to.
Okay. Um, so the other Elysia is the restaurant Anzio's, Italian restaurant. They have an allergen-free menu that you can safely order off of. And if you prefer handling your own meals, then we just ask you to keep it discreet. We prefer no killing if at all possible.
Fine.
Oh, and we do have a couple of werewolves in town that are friendly-ish. So if they're in town, well, if they don't attack you first, then you're probably fine. Because we have some unfriendlies in the by the lake south of town, and then there's another person of interest that we're currently on the lookout for. So just be aware.
Thank you.
Oh,
Did I miss any?
ma'am, I don't mean to interrupt. She's like looking at her phone and whatnot. She says, we got an update from the scene. They pulled what appears to be a jack-o'-lantern from the back of their vehicle, laced with kerosene.
Can't be good.
No, I would assume that maybe this was some sort of game of instinct. They chased her for sport. It doesn't bode well either way. I mean, I just thought maybe the context might help.
Well, that sounds a lot better than a crusade or some sort of vanguard attack.
Correct.
But I suppose we should watch out just in case. Is there anything else? Any questions?
No, I think so at the moment. It's just that I got to meet you sooner than I thought I was going to.
Oh, in an unusual fashion.
Yes. I suppose I should tell you which of the clans I'm from.
Well, that would be lovely.
I am of House Tremere.
Ah, then
But I am no longer with the Camarilla. That is why I am trying to put distance between me and Seattle.
excellent. That's what I was afraid that your people might be something more along those lines, but ghouls
No.
is of course perfectly fine. So, all right, good to know. I'm of the clan of the Rose.
Kind of figured so.
Ruha
And I'm going to
representing.
guess you are Bruja.
Can't hide it.
No, it was quite obvious. And give me a heads up next time you want to use me as a bat. At least let me get my weapons out.
See what I can do.
Actually, wasn't a bad thing.
I'm glad it worked out, more or less. So, did you manage to kill any of these, or they're all in the wind?
Is that Ben, right?
That's right.
When he sideswiped my car with whatever that was, he knocked into two of them and they flew pretty far, at least 15, 20 feet from where we were. But I lost sight of them. I don't know what kind of damage they're in or if they even fled or stayed behind.
I think these jerks, if they've been around this long, they're probably fine, licking their wounds.
Based on what I know of Sabat, which granted is not a lot, I would guess that losing this particular game probably would not deter them from coming back.
Would make sense.
Or at least wouldn't. I think they'd probably be just as likely to try again as to find another target. But I think they don't take failure too kindly.
Neither do I. I'm gonna keep my eyes and ears open, see what I can do to find him again.
I wouldn't mind helping you with that. I got a score to settle now, too. I liked her Volvo. It was comfortable.
Yes, sorry about the car. Had to,
Okay.
kill Sabat.
It was preferably the car instead of me.
I was half
What do you-
expecting Benjamin to jump out of the car and just look at her and say, "Family."
Waiting for the Dukes of Hazzard horn.
Yeah.
By the way, Lily, I know you're Tremere, but what do you do for a living?
While I was in Seattle, I had a Gothic club, and I'm planning on opening a new one while I'm here in Ashland.
Sorry, a
I
what
didn't catch
club?
that.
It's a Gothic club.
A Gothic club?
Yes.
Like a nightclub?
Yes, in a way. It's catered more to those who are kind of like Lovecraft fans.
Do you happen to know anything about like supernatural things, the occult? You dabble in that? I know you're Tremere magical, but you do anything like that?
A little. Is there something in particular you're thinking of?
Well, if you thought tagging around with me back there was a little bit of fun and adventure, I do have a position open. I'm the new lead investigator, Pantheon Investigations. Zandria set me up there. Look at her. Appreciate that, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
not a problem. You will have the
Keep it in
opportunity
mind.
to thank my Domitor when she has the availability. She's quite busy right now. Sorry, my name is Andrea Cummings. I actually stand in for the Anarch Council when they convene as Trudy Maxwell's proxy.
The Adams. It's a pleasure.
Likewise.
But
And Ben, I'll give it some thought. It's not something I normally would see myself doing. And just for a point, um, Lily, you can tell she's a goth. She's in black. Got the long black hair.
Well, yeah.
And
Why don't we have some descriptions?
Yeah. So Lily is 5'2". She's about 118 pounds. She's very gothic, very dark. Kind of think of Wednesday Adams. So she's doesn't really have that much of a personality. Oh, yeah, she's got blue eyes, long dark hair, and she looks like your typical kind of gothic punk. And she's innocent looking. She still looks like she could be about 17, 18. Next.
yeah, I'll
Go
go ahead
ahead.
and go next real quick. All right, so 6 foot tall, about 170 pounds. Looks like he's like athletic, some more on the muscular side. Black hair, short, kind of bedhead style, brown eyes. His apparent age is like 30 thereabouts. He's got like fitting blue jeans, dark t-shirt, black long coat. Got a 5 o'clock shadow, square jaw. Uh, yeah, there you go.
Sophie's about 5'7", like 140, and she's appearance 5. Very pronounced hourglass figure. She looks about, she's physically 28, has long curled dark brown hair and green eyes, and wears a blouse and a pencil skirt, and some very classy stilettos, but is also wearing a leather jacket on top, and because she's carrying her weapons and came for combat. So, yeah, I think that's all.
So then, Baron, what will be your next step in this?
Well, Xandria here says that her people are on top of the investigation, so they've been pretty good about cleanup sort of things. So we'll keep tabs on it and see what happens with the police aspect, and then we'll put out the alert about these Sabbat, and hopefully catch them sooner than later. That might be something that you pass along to the police as well about their MO.
Speaking of which, do we know how much pull any of us have with police department here?
I do not, but I do have the ear of the mayor if I need to pass anything up the chain.
It is something my Domitor is working on. One of the reasons why we formed the new investigation company.
Excellent.
All right.
I've made up my mind. I'll work with you, Ben.
Right on.
Well, that's a very convenient position. And along those lines, I actually wanted to ask you about something. I was speaking to some of the others about Anarch organization, and you've been an Anarch for a while, right?
Ever since I was created, more or less.
So there's a position that we thought you might be a good fit for, and that is, see, they call it put it in my notes, or do I have to look it up? A sweeper or proctor, basically the person who kind of keeps tabs on different vampires in the city, just so that we know who we have, and then like what clans they are, maybe just mostly through observation. But if there's a more personal aspect that seems fitting, then I'm not opposed to that sort of information as well. But I figured since you're already sort of out and about with this work, maybe that would be a good fit for you.
Right. So, need me to make sure we know about the vampires who enter town, who they are, what their plans are.
That sort of thing.
Yeah, I can do that.
That would be wonderful. It is unfortunately not a salaried position at this time, but perhaps in future we can work something out.
I'm gonna have to work up a list of suspects, individuals, and all of that anyway, so kill two birds with one stone.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. And as we continue to build out, we'll see what other needs we have for the Anarch organization and fill those accordingly.
Okay.
Lily, we try to keep things pretty loose here, but we do realize that Anarchs have a reputation for driving in 5 directions at once and therefore getting nowhere. So in light of all of the different adventures that we've had over the last couple of years, we thought it might be good to get a little bit organized and make sure that we take care of each other.
Something I'm used to. Being a Tremere, of course, and then being a pawn of the Camarilla.
It's not, I hope to not be anything like that, but at least enough to be able to be effective against our enemies.
I probably should tell you that they're not really happy about my decision. I was able to keep it a secret for a little while before I was exposed, along with my sister, and that's one of the reasons why we left. Because it was better than being staked.
Do you think they're likely to come here after you?
I am hoping not, since I have changed my name.
All right, well, keep us posted as
Yes.
to if you hear anything about threats coming from that direction. And
Yeah, I'm sure my sister will reach out if anything comes down the pipeline.
good. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
And with that, we'll go ahead and pause it for tonight. We've had actually about 2.5 hours of gameplay, which is about par for what we usually do. So good deal. So thank you everyone who tuned in and who will also watch on the on YouTube when it gets uploaded, which should be soon. Stay tuned tomorrow. We have our superhero game, Modern Age Superheroes, going to be played. Looking forward to that one. Got some interesting updates, and we have Brittany back with us finally.
For superhero, yes.
Yep, because we didn't do the last one because we had our birthdays.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Happy birthday to all of us.
Yay! So, and that one's going to be at 6 p.m. Tomorrow on Saturday. And then the next game here would be scheduled would be November the 12th.
Let's see. That should be good.
Okay.
Yeah, looks good.
And we'll post that up in the chat too, so everybody knows. So cool. So thank you all for joining and playing. I had a lot of fun tonight. Very exciting, and had some Fast and Furious collision and actions going on there. You really should have stepped out and just pulled a Vin Diesel and just family. That would have been great.
Yeah, it was a great way to come into the game.
Yeah.
So and then hang out after the after we hit stop if you have any questions about Spin XP or characters or whatnot. So otherwise, thanks for tuning in tonight, and you guys have a good one. Good night, guys. And